Hi everyone, welcome to my vlog. And if you're joining me for the first time, you're very much welcome. I hope your day went great and thanks for spending this time with me. So, yes, I saw this on my feed, and on today's vlog, I'll be talking on Derrick's the relationship guru. And to think that, you know, I once listened to this man, you know, but his works helped me. So no, this I'm not bashing him yet. You know what? Let's even forget about the man bashing. The talking about man ego, because I was a little bit triggered. Okay, I'll I will talk about that. I'll talk on that later. Okay, but let's just view it from the perspective of an eagle eye view, because I feel like men don't even understand the concept of this cheating of a thing. They don't even understand. In fact, I can tell because even them don't understand why they cheat. Okay, it's like it's just an itch they feel like scratching. They do it. Okay, and the thing is, let's face it, women too cheat, alright? Their records, in fact, look at DNA tests that have been proven. In fact, DNA tests have been surfacing. And the funny thing, the way men have been crying is like, the way they talk about it now, I know we women, we are hypocritical, we bash each other, but it's like they can't take it, they can't handle it. The fact that it's like they think that is synonymous to their nature to cheat, okay? And when they see women have been covering for years and she have been, you didn't even suspect anything because women are better cheater. Okay, they are better. A1. Okay, so they're better cheats. Yeah. So now, so let's not just blame it on men, but let's just look at it from this angle. Because the men that have been talking, like, because I see men talking on Derrick Jackson's post, like, they're like trying to prove a point. They're happy because finally the man who always hold them accountable, okay, to an extent, has been caught. So now that expectation, that high expectation have been lifted up their shoulder. Now they are tagging him amongst them. It's like, now you see all men cheat. And the worst part is, I don't think they know how this makes them look. Okay, them presenting, them celebrating the fact that they can be accountable, they can be held responsible, they can compete amongst the men. You know, it's like men, African men, they have this thing with sex. They are so addicted to sex more than their life, more than their duty, more than their responsibilities. And they don't know how this make them look amongst their fellow men. And the most annoying thing is the double standard. They can't take what the dish. I don't believe all men cheat, okay, because they're men. Like, cheating is is in everyone, okay? The only difference is that there are people who choose to discipline themselves, maybe because they value what they have, or maybe because they're principled, or maybe because they have played the field and so that there's really nothing in that. And there's some people who are quite honest with themselves. They're like, I'm polygamous in nature, okay? They know that, and they treat it respectfully, okay? Like Ned, okay, like he does it respectfully. This one is a prophet. He has the orientation. He gets the concept. But I'm sure many men want to cheat like him, not knowing that they don't have the amount of money in their account. In fact, they can't even afford one girl. Talk more of having many wives, okay? The integrity he has, the respect he has, because he treats them with respect. Do you understand? Like, he let them be. So they don't have the maturity, they don't have the money, they don't have, they don't even understand. It's just because they want to square their ego, okay? But again, I said I'll talk on that later. But let's focus on this. Let's look at this cheating of a thing. For the men who are kind of talking. For some men who think that cheating is synonymous and is a man's nature, and feel like a woman should be able to take it. Now let me ask you a question. I feel like deep down, you guys really deep down know you ain't shit. Like deep down, like you ain't shit. Because if you really place value on your head, okay? If you really place words on your head, you realize that if someone really cared about you, they wouldn't want to share you. Because what men don't understand is that the reason why women allow you cheat is because it's either one, they don't give a hoot about you. Two, they are desperate, they hate themselves. Three, well, they are cheating too, but they just want to ease it off their conscience. Four, they really don't have any principle. They really don't have any moral code, but rather they hate themselves. The same thing is still under the same thing. Misery love company. You help complete them. Some people are trauma bond. They join based on trauma bonding, like I discussed in my previous video. That's my first introduction. Check it anyways if you've not watched it. Okay. So based on this, when people just come together, they join together based on trauma bonding. It happened to a lot of our parents, and you wonder why the generational curse continued, because the abuse keeps on repeating. And just because an abuse is not physical doesn't mean it's not emotional. Okay? There's something called gaslighting. Okay, when someone manipulates your emotions and try to always present a negative front or project on you. Not just that, he makes you question your reality. He he guilts you into thinking that something is wrong with you in order for you to, enable his excesses and, ease him off his guilty conscience. Because sometimes, low-key, these men actually are guilty. They feel guilty. But in order to avoid that guilt, they do something like, say something like, shift your direction, shift your perspective, just to, make you fit into their small bubble, their little minds, and just in order for them to manipulate you. Like, for instance, if you catch your man cheating, he kind of, maybe if you've confided in him that about your insecure issues, or things like how you have trust issue, he uses it against you, telling you that that's the reason why you've ruined all your basically use it against you. Okay. So this is what gaslighting. So the people who have been abused emotionally, I wasn't abused physically. Maybe that was why I couldn't note it from beginning. I couldn't note it. I couldn't see it from beginning. So to some people it's different. But let's just say you cheat on a woman. What do you expect the woman to do? To praise you that you cheated, or to accept you back? Why? Because deep down you know you ain't worth it. And all this men, like, a woman gives you her beauty, she gives you her time, she gives you her youth, she gives you her body, she gives you her blessing, she gives you the integrity, she grazes your ego, she listen to you, especially laugh at your dry jokes, most of your dry jokes, okay? And sometimes not every woman is open enough to admit that they are not sexually satisfied by their partner, so they endure all these things, and you basically just give them, all you have to offer them is your attention on your name. Okay, and she that is giving all these things, because she is very amazing, she's worthy, she has all this quality, but because she was groomed in a pattern that makes her self-sabotage, makes her pick other people's interests before herself, make her in this society in Nigeria here, it's not like the Western country. Okay, they are, to an extent, they say they are free, but I don't know how free they are. But to an extent, they are more liberated to express themselves. To an extent, it's just that blacks are the ones who are not allowed to express themselves. Okay, unless they are directly disrupting their members, their community members, then that can, there will be sad eyes. People just look the other way. But in Nigeria here, we are repressed, highly repressed, and women are expected to give their all. Marriage, family background, family is highly respected here in Nigeria. It is the way we live. There's always this uncle that of this uncle, sister, brother of your or auntie's nephew, friend that is staying with you. That is we basically help ourselves in this country. Okay, so with all this being said, so did you see why family dynamic is so important to a woman? So sometimes women might just, shoot themselves off the foot because this is what they are benefiting. But nowadays, even the men nowadays, they don't earn really that much because really we're it's really tough. Okay, it's tough. Let me just put it out there. That's how it is. Okay. And even at that, the stress level is too much. And nowadays, men are gigolos. Okay, so they feel like it's only their presence, just their presence and the attention they give you, which is not most of the times good attention. It's just self gratifying alone. Okay, so you expect her to be happy because she's with you. Make it make sense. And your mind won't even question. You won't even question. Wait, I cheated on this one. Like I feel like you can imagine a man you telling a man I cheated and he just look at you and smile, say, "Oh, I love you." Wouldn't you be scared to sleep? Because deep down you know you messed up. Except there's a dynamic waiting for him. I'm sure if Ned is busy sleeping up and down and everything, Regina, nah, she would take it up. Like, or not just Regina, all their wives. You could see respect going on there. So those that even involve in polygamy, they do respect, they understand it. And men, the world don't turn and revolve around you. Because the truth is, let a woman cheat. Let a woman cheat. Ooh. They can't take it. So yeah. So men, wake up from your sleep, okay? Women have better reasons to cheat. Like you have this amazing woman, you're not treating her well. Your sense will not tell your fellow men are looking at you. Your friends that don't respect you. Because have you noticed most of these men, especially the early, the successful, the powerful, the wealthy, okay? Even if they are shitty, they present a fun to the society, or to their co-workers, their colleagues. They respect their wives. Maybe in the public, because there are some that turn their wives into punching bag. They turn them into punching bag when no one is saying, when the cameras are turned off. They're abusive. But even at the to an extent they constrain themselves because men don't respect gigolos. Men don't respect dusties. Men don't really respect broke people and they understand it. So you see, these men are really not that stupid. Because they don't even respect themselves. So guess what? He'll give you a phone and be nice in the society, but it can be bad to you. So do you understand this code that works around them? So you probably don't fulfill every aspect. You're probably not fulfilling every aspect, and now you who is fulfilling nothing expect so much commitment and loyalty, and she who is doing everything with your continuous entitled ass, you still don't offer her much. Nothing, in fact. You still think you. I was watching that sweetie interview with her ex when they asked him when a man is so good, he's successful, he's giving you all these things, and then you want a reward for threesome. I love how classy she is. Her response was classic. Did you see how his face changed? So you want a reward for doing what you're supposed to do, for protecting, for providing, for loving, for you helping your woman serve you. You want a reward for that. And yet women are hardly rewarded for anything. Like we do things and we're highly rewarded. It's only few. I'm talking about the collective now. The collective. There are very few who does it for their own, but the collective, the mentality, even the few that does it to their own, they might have changed their mind once they met their woman. That might have been the mindset they have been operating from patriarchy. Sometimes it helps some people because no woman, if you notice, most of these men, especially the, I mean, except he is a wealthy, a wealthy man, dusty, a wealthy, dusty, a high value man. Let me just say high value because high value means money, okay? A high value man who is also giving and generous. Now he can maybe attract women to a level, okay? But the ones that have nothing is only usually these women with low self-esteem, desperate women that will probably settle for their ass. Now I know some women, few women fall into this trap, and these are women who are not yet self-aware yet. Okay, they're not self-aware yet. So this woman, obviously, now your friends don't respect you. Maybe seeing how you treat her. Now you expect your friends are not eyeing her. Like you are so delusional to the point you're so self-obsessed that you can't observe things happening. Smell the coffee. Even you men understand it. Like they will come and meet you. Even his friends will be eyeing you, be praying like, well, look at what happened to Cassie. Who did she let her marry? Exactly. Because a lot of time and Cassie, remember, she's not your average woman. When I mean she's not your average woman, like she got things out of she got things out of PDD. She really did. Okay. But it's just that her emotions were so much attached to a point she realized, no, I don't want to do this to myself. And she pulled out. So it's like men don't expect you. It's like it's so. I feel like if they knew their worth, they'll understand it's commonsensical for a woman to know her worth and decide not to be disrespected. So this is I don't this video is for both men and women today because I feel like this has to be accountability, right? So if a woman who is giving you all the things can discipline herself to be faithful, not all of them are, because most of the women who look the other way is either they hate themselves, okay, they're desperate, and even the desperate ones, at a point, they will still do sideways because really, except you're really taking care of her, maybe this is the only side you're slacking. And some women can thoroughly, but you're offering nothing, you're not growing, you don't have sense and everything. And you still expect her to look the other way. Boy, wake up. Except she's not self-aware too. And that's what this channel is all about. Self-awareness. Taking your power back, you know? Drop in comment. Okay, you can email me, okay? I'll drop my email. Just in case you don't want to see it outside, okay? Let me know your reaction. How many of you How many of you were surprised when you noticed your man couldn't take what he dished out? So that's just it. Again, Derrick Janx, I learned a lot from him, okay? I don't know what happened. I don't know if how true this is. True this is, but I feel like if this is truth, then somewhere in Derrick Jackson, he'll want us to hold him accountable. Okay? And but damn, the evidence, this stuff looked well planned. Well planned, and he's crafty, he's intelligent. Okay, this is not your average dusty. Okay, he's good looking, he's wealthy, he's enterprising, he is he's a progressive thinker, and he panders to black women, he panders to women, and he understands the market enough how it works. So you're just a good con. Yeah, some of his video helped me. Some of his video helped me because at the end of the day, one thing I've learned is I am a sponge right now. Not everything I hear I take. Okay, even my videos right now, as much as these are my opinions, gotten from experience, gotten from people's experience too. Okay, so I'm not a therapist. I won't say I am. No, I'm not a therapist because really, okay. The only thing I studied was mass comm. All right, so I didn't study psychology. But this is my opinion. My opinions are not always going to be popular. Okay, so this video might be triggering to some people, especially to those going through, you know, their healing phase. Who just got out of an abusive relationship, and especially those ladies who were taken for rides, who expected, who gave their all, and when they found out that their all wasn't reciprocated. So sometimes you might be at your phase. So what I would just suggest is go to my intro, okay? Watch the video. That one is less, less triggering. But I will say it how it is. And that's what this channel is for, because I believe if you're here, you're really here for healing. You're here for, you just want to walk the walk. You're tired of lies. You're tired of excuses. Okay? You're tired of watching people, listening to people, and letting people's opinion keep you down, because really, most of the people, a lot of people really don't have your best interest at heart. Okay? And a lot of people, even when they have your best interest at heart, they're really not that aware to give you the best opinion, and they might be so self-absorbed that their best opinion for you might be construed and might be based on their their environment, and you know what they say, you only know where it hurts you in your shoe. You're the only one. So I'm not saying listen to everyone, be a good sponge like I said earlier on, but also, what does sponge do? You take the things, you take the ones, the letter you need to, you take the ones that work for you. You sift through it. So yeah, this is where I end today. So yeah, I'll really talk on Derrick Janx on my next video. Okay, the part 2 of this. Alright, I just wanted to bring this out first. I just didn't want to focus on the negative narrative. If I'm beside, I haven't really sat down to watch. I haven't even watched some of it. I only watched a clip and all. And I'm like, you know what? Let me pause this first. Let me record this first, because I don't want to shift from what my intention is on this channel, and that is to, bring space for growth and healing, and also women taking back their power, accountability, and responsibilities, and all. At the same time, also true to my feelings. Okay, I will also be real with everything. So I just want to, be at the space of mind. So I'm going to, drop the second video to this day, because I know that some people felt triggered when they, because they looked up to this guy. So I just have to say this out there. You have to realize that everyone is human being. Okay, you don't know what is happening. All right, you don't need to trust everyone wholeheartedly unless they have proven it to you. They have given you reasons, and it's okay to trust, because you have to when once the time is right to, you have to. Okay, you have to at least trust something yourself. At least I hope it is you. I hope you trust yourself. So always make the rightful decisions for you. And at the end of the day, if you find yourself in a spot like this where The person whom you trusted so much seems to be the person to stab your back, seems to be the person to betray you. I hope your healing has gotten to the place where you always pick yourself up, respect yourself, and always walk away. Ladies, this is where you walk away. I don't blame men for setting their standards, okay? I don't blame them. The only thing that pisses me off is when they don't expect the same from you. It's the double standards that pisses it off for me. But screw them. This is not about them, okay? The world doesn't revolve around them. Set your standard and do it unapologetically. If you don't have to settle for something, you don't have to. Just know why you're doing it. Alright, thanks. My name is Miss Elliot, and have a nice day. See you in my next video. Bye.